The foundation of strong relationships. Communication. It's the cornerstone of any successful relationship, whether it's with your partner, family members, friends, or colleagues. Open and honest communication builds trust, fosters understanding, and strengthens bonds. When we communicate effectively, we create an environment where our needs are met, conflicts are resolved amicably, and relationships can thrive. Think about a time when you had a misunderstanding with someone. Perhaps you felt unheard or your words were misinterpreted. These situations can lead to frustration, resentment, and damaged relationships. This is why mastering the art of communication, especially during difficult conversations, is crucial. Effective communication is not just about talking. It's about truly connecting with the other person. It's about expressing yourself clearly and respectfully, while also being receptive to the other person's perspective. It's about building bridges of understanding, even when faced with challenging topics. In the following sections, we will explore practical strategies to enhance your communication skills, particularly in navigating difficult conversations. Remember, effective communication is a skill that can be learned and honed with practice. By investing in these skills, you are investing in the health and longevity of your relationships. Difficult conversations. Those two words alone can evoke feelings of anxiety, dread, and a desire to avoid them altogether. But why are these conversations so challenging? Often it's because they involve sensitive topics, conflicting opinions, or the potential for hurt feelings. We might fear saying the wrong thing, escalating the situation, or damaging the relationship. Our natural instinct might be to avoid conflict, hoping the issue will resolve itself. However, this avoidance often leads to unresolved tension, resentment, and further communication breakdowns. We might also fall into the trap of passive-aggressive behavior, expressing our displeasure indirectly instead of addressing the issue head-on. Furthermore, our past experiences play a role in how we approach difficult conversations. If we've had negative communication experiences, we might bring baggage and insecurities into future interactions. We might become defensive, shut down, or resort to unhealthy communication patterns. The good news is that we can overcome these challenges. By understanding the reasons behind our struggles and equipping ourselves with the right tools, we can transform difficult conversations from dreaded events into opportunities for growth and connection. Active listening. It's a term often used, but not always fully grasped. It's more than just hearing the words someone is saying. It's about truly engaging with the speaker, understanding their message, and making them feel heard and validated. When we actively listen, we give the speaker our undivided attention. We put aside distractions, quiet our internal monologue, and focus on absorbing their words, body language, and tone of voice. We nod our heads, maintain eye contact, and use verbal cues like "I see" or "tell me more" to show that we are present and engaged. Active listening also involves asking clarifying questions to ensure we understand the speaker's perspective. Instead of interrupting with our own opinions or experiences, we ask open-ended questions that encourage the speaker to elaborate and share their thoughts and feelings fully. We paraphrase what we've heard to confirm our understanding and show the speaker that we are actively listening. By practicing active listening, we create a safe and respectful space for open and honest communication. It demonstrates empathy, builds trust, and helps de-escalate conflicts. When people feel heard and understood, they are more likely to be receptive to our perspective and more willing to work towards a resolution. Section 4. Communicating clearly with I statements. Imagine this. You're upset because your partner forgot an important date. You might be tempted to say, "You never remember important dates. You clearly don't care about me." These accusations, while understandable, can make your partner defensive and less likely to listen to your concerns. This is where I statements come in. I statements allow you to express your feelings and needs without blaming or attacking the other person. Instead of saying, "You never remember," you could say, "I felt hurt and disappointed when you forgot our anniversary." I statements typically follow this structure. I feel emotion when situation, because reason. For instance, I feel anxious when we argue about finances because I worry about our financial security. By focusing on your own emotions and experiences, you take ownership of your feelings and avoid putting the other person on the defensive. Using a statement promotes a more respectful and productive conversation. It encourages the other person to listen to your perspective and be more understanding of your needs. It also helps you communicate more assertively, expressing your needs and boundaries without resorting to blame or aggression. Section 5. Maintaining calm and open dialogue. Maintaining calm and open dialogue, especially during difficult conversations, can be challenging. Emotions can run high, leading to raised voices, defensive reactions, and a breakdown in communication. However, it's crucial to strive for a calm and respectful demeanor to foster a productive conversation. One effective technique is to take a few deep breaths before and during the conversation. Deep breathing helps to regulate your heart rate, calm your nerves, and bring you back to a centered state. If you feel yourself becoming overwhelmed, excuse yourself for a moment to collect your thoughts. Another important aspect is to be mindful of your body language. Maintain open and inviting posture, avoiding crossed arms or a tense stance. Make eye contact to show that you are engaged and listening. Remember that communication is a two-way street. Allow the other person to express their thoughts and feelings without interruption, unless the conversation becomes abusive or disrespectful. Listen actively, ask clarifying questions, and strive to understand their perspective, even if you don't agree with it. Section 6. Recognizing when to take a break. While it's important to address difficult conversations, there are times when taking a break is necessary for the well-being of everyone involved. Recognizing the signs of an unproductive conversation and knowing when to take a break is a valuable communication skill. If you notice the conversation escalating into an argument, tempers flaring, or one or both parties becoming overly emotional, it's a clear indication that a break is needed. Continuing the conversation in this state is likely to be counterproductive and potentially damaging to the relationship. When suggesting a break, it's essential to do so calmly and respectfully. You could say, "I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed right now. Can we take a break and come back to this later?" Or, "I think we both need some time to cool down before we continue this conversation." Use the break to calm down, gather your thoughts, and perhaps even jot down your feelings and what you want to communicate when you resume the conversation. Agree on a specific time to revisit the topic, ensuring both parties are committed to finding a resolution. Remember, taking a break is not about avoiding the issue, but rather creating a more conducive environment for productive dialogue. Section 7. Cultivating empathy in communication. Empathy. It's the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person, to step into their shoes and see the world through their eyes. In the realm of communication, empathy is a powerful tool, fostering connection, understanding, and compassion. When we communicate with empathy, we go beyond simply listening to words. We try to understand the emotions and experiences driving those words. We ask ourselves, what must it be like to be in their shoes? What emotions are they experiencing? What might have led them to feel this way? Empathy doesn't necessarily mean agreeing with the other person's perspective. It's about acknowledging and validating their feelings, even if we don't share them. It's about saying, "I understand that you're feeling hurt right now," or "I can see how that situation would be frustrating for you." When we communicate with empathy, we create a safe space for vulnerability and authenticity. We show the other person that we care about their feelings and are invested in understanding their perspective. This fosters trust, strengthens bonds, and lays the foundation for more meaningful and productive conversations.